today we're going to play two songs, When the Saint Goes Marching In, and we are also going to play Old MacDonald. So we're going to do that on snare drum because this is a really good instrument to use for this particular song. And I know you have them at home, and we're going to get a chance to play it today. So the first couple of things I need to tell you about is we have some flams in here. A flam is when you actually position one stick higher than the other. And the flam, it's almost like what we call a grace note for other instruments. You're going to have that note actually play right before the beat. So in order to do that very simply, you're going to have this stick play, or left hand this time, play the grace note or the flam, and then followed by the stroke. So we have, and you're trying to get the smaller note, which you'll see for the flam, right ahead of the beat, okay? So we see this in measure 4. We see it a lot at the very end of the song. All right, so what we are going to do next is we're going to clap and count, and you can use your sticks if you want to, the ends of your sticks, or you can clap it, but we are going to clap and count. The flams, we're just going to count the beats, so we're just going to count the quarter notes, all right? So don't worry about, you can say flam if you want to, but we're going to just say 1, 2, rest, 4, 1. So we're just going to count it straight. Let's try it by counting and clapping first. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, guys, so next what we are going to do is we are going to play it through. Remember our eighth notes, we're going to just do our alternate rhythms here. So now since we have a crescendo, we're going to start very close to the drum and grow kind of far away from the drum as we crescendo. Okay, so that's what we want to have happen. We can even start softer. That would be better. All right, and then measure 3, we have 1. Okay, so that's how we're going to play those flams. Let's try it with the music here. 2, ready, and 2, 3. So we are reading the top row, which is SD, standing for snare drum, and BD, which you don't have, that you could practice at home. If you wanted to practice the BD, that is the bass drum part. You could still do that on your practice pad or even your snare to practice that part. You'll notice it's a little simpler because a bass drum usually uses one mallet. So we usually, especially a beginner band, we use one mallet to play those quarter notes that you see, okay? So you can also practice that. All right, let's move on to 56, and we're gonna practice again the snare drum part. Okay, so the cool thing about 56 is it works with the bass drum part. we have bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare. Okay, so we kind of have the two things happening together. Even the suspended cymbal is hit with a stick, and so we almost have like a rock band sound, okay? So if you would like to, you obviously could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if you want to, sometimes in things like this, we have you hit the rim of the drum, and that's just so you can get a solid beat and you can feel the counts, the bass drum, the bass snare, 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 and that's up to measure 9, okay? So that can kind of help you keep steady because it'll be a bass snare sound. All right. Okay, so the next thing is we've got our percussion part. They actually broke up all the families in this. Old MacDonald had a band, so the animals are actually the instrument families, which is pretty cool. And you'll hear brass at 9, and you'll hear woodwinds at 10, and then you'll hear brass again, and then woodwinds for 2 beats, and then you're going to play that last measure there before the double bar line and a repeated bar line there. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it goes back to the beginning. Bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, okay? So we're going to play it that way for today. So you can kind of feel the bass part of it happening with the rim of your snare. Now, we go back to the beginning, we play line 1, line 2, and then we drop down to line 3 the very last time. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And let's see if there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else. If you had a drum set, you could actually play this on your drum set with bass, snare, and you could even do the ride cymbal with your right hand, okay? Left hand would be on the snare and bass would be operated with your foot. So if you have a drum set, you could technically do all 3, and that's what's really cool about having a drum set. Now let's go ahead and try this all the way through. We're just playing the snare part, and the bass part I'm gonna play on the rim when I can, when there's rest, okay? So let's try it. We're gonna start, actually let's clap and count the rhythms for just snare, just the SD part, just snare. We're going to clap and count it. 1, 2, ready. Bass, snare, bass, snare. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, beginning. Bass, snare, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Plan. Okay, now let's try to play it. Here we go. Bass, snare. enjoyed this, and I look forward to hearing you play online or at school. Bye, guys.